Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Cadets Coaches Corner. This morning I had the chance to sit down with Penn women's ice hockey coach Mark Bolding, whose team's overcome some early adversity to be right back in the thick of things in the ECAC.
All right, Coach, thanks for joining us here. You guys are number 5 nationally right now. You've won 6 in a row. What's clicking for you?
Well, I think we're finally coming together as a group and, started the season with a couple ties. And just not out of the gates like we wanted to. We had our top goaltender was down right away, Kelly Fisk. And so that was a challenge, a lot of new players, a couple transfers, and, some new freshmen. So I think chemistry's been maybe the biggest issue, but, consistency is what all coaches need at any level in most every sport. So that's probably what's been lacking, and it's starting to come now. So hopefully we can string together a good January and February and get ready for, playoffs.
Now, earlier in the year, you went through, I hesitate to use the word skid, but you were 1-2-1 in a 4-game stretch. And what did you learn about your team during that time?
Well, I think, who is committed and who's just sort of being a passenger. And I think, when you're on a team that has had success, recent success, it exposes, work ethic and some of those commitment levels that, not that it's not there, it's just, I think the new players and maybe a handful of the upperclassmen forgetting about what it takes to be good every night. And I think it revealed some character. I think the leadership was called upon to do their part, and I think they've rallied the troops together, and we're going in the right direction. But I think we learned that every year's different, and just because you finish high one year, you got to put in the work to get back to that. So I think we've realized that, and we're taking steps towards getting there.
Offensively, Tori Sharon, Jill DeBus have kind of carried you guys. They've been very, very strong this year. Kind of speak to their performance.
Well, I mean, we knew what we were getting with Tori. She's a sniper. She can shoot the puck, and she's an offensive-minded player. Trying to get her to play in both ends, that's a challenge. She's a good, fun hockey player to watch, and Jill's just been, ever since she stepped in here, been very, very consistent with creating good offensive chances. She's finally putting the puck in the net now and helping out teammates, and I think young players are learning what she does offensively every night. So they've been very productive, and honestly, the first semester our defensemen have carried a lot of points, and so I'm pretty impressed with the way they've played too.
Now, goaltending-wise, we talked about Kelly Fisk was out at the beginning of the year. Lauren Carrier, someone who's really stepped up, seen a lot of minutes in net as we switch to the other end of the ice. How impressive you've been with your goaltending?
Well, you talk about Lauren, that was a huge thing. She was going to come to Norwich a couple of years ago with our other OHA kids, LaSalle, Lordy, and Gibson, and she went to Ohio State to Division I and was sort of a practice goalie there, and came back for our architecture program, and here she is. Really, we didn't have any expectations that she'd play a lot of minutes the first semester, and she's done fantastic, and I think her confidence is getting better and better. So that really helps, particularly when we had Kelly go down early in the season. And Kelly's trying, at the other end, we know she's a quality goaltender. Team relies on her. We're just trying to get her back in game shape and consistent again. So Lauren's been a great surprise, and when the two of them are going, it's going to hopefully give us some depth in goaltending.
Now, as we head towards the already, it's hard to believe, almost headed towards February now, end of the conference season kind of upon us here. What's it take for you guys to get back to the top of the conference again?
Well, I think, not looking by any opponent. I mean, we've got some games coming up with New England and Castleton, and it's never easy to win in those buildings. We've got Manhattanville at home to end the season. And every time we play them, it's going to come right down to us and them, I think, for the league standings. But I'm certainly not looking beyond Castleton and New England as two opponents that we have to get the job done. Southern Maine can play us tough, so we just got to play good, sound hockey and take care of our own zone. And one game at a time is really the approach now.
All right, we'll get you out of here on one or two more. You guys have played a very tough schedule here, very challenging, especially at the beginning of the season. Elmira, Plattsburgh, you played Plattsburgh again. How has that prepared you kind of towards this moment, towards moving towards the end of the conference season and maybe hopefully even farther?
Well, I think, the non-conference schedules of the past few years have, by design, been intended to be challenging, and it doesn't get any more challenging to play those opponents. We have Middlebury coming up on the road, and Amherst as well. So we need those games to play, and what it's done this year, not having the perfect record in non-conference, it's woken us up, and we're ready, and I think it's prepared us. So hopefully if we see those opponents later on, we'll be ready.
All right, last question. You guys, like I said, ranked number 5. Is that something that bothers you? Are you paying attention to it? Does it not really matter?
It doesn't really matter. I mean, the new rankings are out yesterday, and we're 3, 4, 5. It doesn't really matter. Everybody's so close. I mean, there's 2 teams undefeated, Gustavus and Plattsburgh, and the stars will align. It's pretty tough to go undefeated, so we just need to be prepared when it's our time to play the next big opponent. And honestly, that's Friday and Saturday, New England and Castleton. We can't look beyond anybody, and that's the mindset that we need to do to be successful.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot for joining us, and best of luck the rest of the way.
Awesome. Thanks, Brady.